Hello, welcome to WCBN Sports and our production of Michigan Wolverines field hockey on this beautiful, beautiful October 8th in Ann Arbor. How is it going, Nina Rhymes, in the broadcast booth with the Adam Wrestling?
It is going great. It is a beautiful day, nice and sunny, and I'm excited for a good game of football.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a great game ahead of us on this Friday. The Michigan Wolverines are the number 2 ranked team in the nation, and they are facing off against the number 6 ranked Northwestern Wildcats. So this game has the potential to be a good one. Michigan was previously ranked number 1. They were leapfrogged by the Iowa Hawkeyes. So this Big Ten program is really really strong in field hockey. You look at Northwestern, you look at Iowa, you look at Michigan. Something to keep an eye on later in the season for the Big Ten tournament coming up. But you gotta respect Michigan's start to the season, right? They have a 9-0 record to begin, which, believe it or not, best start in program history. Not too often you could say that for a school like Michigan. They've been playing for so long. This says previous best was 7-0 in 1987.
They had a great start to the season, beating UNC, who's usually considered a powerhouse in field hockey, and they just kept that momentum going. So we'll see if they can continue.
Yeah, Northwestern isn't quite a powerhouse like UNC, but a win would do wonders to solidify their rankings. Following this, they play number 3 Louisville on Sunday, so it's not over yet if they come out unscathed tonight.
Yep, they've got a tough schedule ahead of them, but see how they carry themselves.
Absolutely. And then they play Iowa later, so we talked about the champ. They go to Iowa City, so look at that. They got number 6, number 3, then number 1. Michigan cannot get a break.
Should be good games coming up, though.
Absolutely. And with that, the teams are taking the field. And although the sun is shining and the sky is blue, the AstroTurf is soaking wet. There was a downpour last night. Every step these players take, you see just droplets of water flying on out. Something to keep an eye on if that affects the game for either of these teams.
Definitely.
I think one of the keys to the game is Michigan Wolverines. They got Sophia Salem. She leads the nation with 2 goals per game on average. So she has 14 total goals in 9, that would be 7 games played. She is 2nd in total goals behind UNC, Aaron Maston, who has 15. So potentially a good game today could be enough to leapfrog. So that is one player to keep an eye on, too. And then we got the goalkeeper, Anna Spieker, who has a 0.78 goals against average this season.
That is very impressive, especially for
Yeah, looking at Michigan's schedule, they played some tough opponents early. I don't want to overstate it. They played number 1 North Carolina to start the season. And they played Wake Forest, who was ranked 11 at the time. Michigan State, they beat 6-1, who's ranked 25. Kent State, although they're not Big Ten, beat them 2-1, and then a 1-0 win against Columbus last weekend. So they came in with some tough opponents, but with that, Michigan prepares to start number 8, who other than Sophia Salem, to take the face-off. Decent crowd coming in today. I know the weather forecast might have scared some people away, but the folks that came out are sure to get a treat. It's quite hot out, too. Temperature is 74 degrees. With that, the whistle is blown. Pass on back to O'Neal. Nielsen to forward Northwestern, intercepts it, and tries to make a break with the possession. Moving up the field is Northwestern, but it's stopped by Michigan, number 15, Hope. Hope brings it up the sideline, intended for Peterson, but it went out of bounds. With that, Zimmer for the Wildcats is going to shoot it in. Passes up the field to Roth in the corner. Tight defense played by Michigan, and it's stolen by Tomer. Up the sideline, and we got a whistle. So I believe it'll be Michigan's ball.
Looks like Rosie Hope is taking the ball, passing it back to 21. Pretty close to the goal.
Yeah, Michigan has struggled to really move it up, but on their own half of the field, they've maintained possession.
Looks like
player down on the pitch, number 9, Shannon Daly for the Wildcats. You can already see how this wet conditions is affecting the teams.
Oh yeah, every time they hit the ball, water comes spraying everywhere.
You would think it's a splash park or something.
Oh yeah.
With that, another whistle on the field. And Michigan gets another break. Number 22, O'Neal, is going to hit it back. Trying to find open mate. Veen has it.
Still very close to the center line.
Yeah,
Northwestern has the ball now, taking it down.
Another whistle, but Northwestern wastes no time getting it. Zimmer brings it into the arc. One-on-one, looking to get a shot, and it goes wide and above the net. And that is going to go out of bounds. And Michigan survives that one test right there.
Michigan defense has definitely been put to the test in the first few seconds of the game.
And I'm just being informed that they use water pellets instead of turf. So it helps the skin. So partially why we're seeing so much water, but I'm sure the recent rain helped out the grounds crew too with this one.
Michigan ball, passing it back, trying to make it up the field.
And with this, it's continuing to be a back-and-forth battle between the Wildcats and Wolverines. Only one shot on goal, and that was from the Wildcats. But now Michigan has a chance of their own. Running down the pitch is number 8, Salem, who it goes out of bounds, and it looks like Michigan's going to get a shot with it. Trying to bring it back and clear open the pitch. Passes up to Veen. Veen is looking for some open space. And it's in the crease and stolen by Northwestern, number 17, Ala Marshall. And Marshall's being trapped. Can't seem to find any space.
Michigan gets control of the ball again. Trying to make the play happen.
Absolutely. Shannon Daly has it on the far side of the pitch. It's going to go up in the air. And Michigan is looking to get their first shot of the game. With 11 minutes remaining in the first, it is 0-0. Trying to bring it towards the net. And a whistle is called, and the Michigan fans go loud. They love to see that. Golden opportunity awaiting us for Michigan to score. And with that, Michigan's got to huddle up before they get a shot on goal.
So far, both teams have done a good job on defense. We're just trying to see what offense comes out.
Yes. Taking some time is Michigan. And with this, Northwestern puts 4 of their players right in the net to prevent any shot attempt from taking place. And out, and Michigan refrains for it, finally shoots, and this one's blocked, and it'll be Northwestern's ball. And finally, Michigan had a shot on goal, but that one was not very close. And Northwestern's going to get it back with a chance to go again.
Northwestern wastes no time getting the ball up the pitch.
Exactly, and number 28, Rolf, has it, and trying to break through the Wolverines. 3 opponents, but unable to do so. Michigan takes it back, goes out of bounds, and Michigan's going to retain it. Passing on back and taking time for some formation as number 22, Haley O'Neal, goes for the shot. And passes it into Tamer. Sends it back to O'Neal, crosses to the other side to Hope, and it's stolen by Northwestern. Bakers has it, and a huge shot there by Michigan after their whistle is called. Let's see who it's going to go to, and it looks like that was called on Northwestern, so Michigan gets another break there. Not only a great play by Veen to stop a potential goal, but able to retain possession. Pushing it up to Anderson, crosses and unable to tame it in. Goes out of bounds is Apollo.
Now Northwestern ball. Let's see how far they can make it down the field.
And Northwestern is struggling to push it in the goal. They seem to be having a good possession maintaining, but unable to finish. Has a ball now, and a player is down on the turf. Another whistle. And let's see, I believe it's going to be a shot for Northwestern there. So it's going to be another opportunity for Northwestern to break this game open. What does Michigan need to do so far after this?
So far, it looks like both teams have been playing a pretty good defense. I think it's just to see which offense can really pull forward. I think there's been an equally good job on both sides on blocking plays and stuff like that. But yeah.
Absolutely. And this is a chance for Northwestern to finally get a shot of their own. Michigan taking some time to huddle on up. And with that, the whistle blows, passes in, Northwestern takes it, and goes for a shot, and it's blocked by Michigan. And
Northwestern regains control of the ball, trying to get
another whistle, and let's see who takes this one. And another opportunity for Northwestern. So they will get a second quarter to potentially score. And with this, Northwestern is looking for a shot. Whistle blows. Passes in. Set and shot wide left. And Michigan saves it.
Yeah, Michigan now has control of the ball, hoping to take it up the field. Looks like it is number 23 with the ball, who is Lee. Waiting for the whistle to blow. Bean passes it up the field, going all the way down. Looks like it's going to go right out of bounds though. Northwestern ball looks like Shannon Daly is going to bring the ball into play. Bit of a fight for the control of the ball. Michigan, number 1 Michigan has control of the ball.
Stoppage of play there. Hey folks, this is William Gregory. I'm the third person on the broadcast. We only got 2 head steps, so subbing in for just a minute. But looks like Michigan will be taking it out of the short corner here.
Yep, you can see the Northwestern defenders getting their protective headgear on to prepare for the play, running up inside the goal.
See how this one plays out.
Whistle blows. Ball is taken in by Michigan. Shot on goal.
Michigan goal.
Looks like it was number 23 who scored the goal. I'm not 100%
There was a bunch of girls in there around the circle. Tough to see who scored it, but Michigan takes a 1-0 lead with 8:26 remaining in the first quarter. Nice early goal there. They've had a couple nice shots on goal.
Yeah, definitely a great play by Michigan. Northwestern takes the ball off the trying to take it down.
Clark slaps it out of bounds for Michigan. She's playing good defense there on Lauren Hunter. Whistle blows. Northwestern will have a free hit inbounds. Hunter passes it. Gets it in. Knocked out of bounds there by Michigan. Back to Northwestern. Maddie Zimmer plays it upfield. Passes back to Hunter. Back to Zimmer. Zimmer towards midfield, being chased by a couple Michigan defenders. Passes one in. And it's stolen.
However, pass right back to Northwestern. So now Northwestern's going to try and pass it down. Almost went out of bounds there, but it looks like Michigan has control.
I think Michigan's been playing pretty good defense so far here. Haven't allowed many shots on goal so far.
Number 15, Rosie Hope, is going to be the one to try and bring the ball up the field.
Good recovery there by Michigan. Another whistle. Penalty on Northwestern. Michigan will take it. It's O'Neal to play it in.
Passes it back down and up the field. It goes out of bounds to Northwestern ball.
Michigan's got to play good defense here. Pretty tough situation coming out of that penalty.
Number 23 on Northwestern, Natty Baxter, takes the ball down. There's a bit of a tussle over the ball.
Pretty good defense. Oh my goodness.
The ball is just going back and forth between Michigan and Northwestern. It looks like Michigan is going to gain control of the ball.
Bailey and Northwestern would not quit, but eventually a couple Michigan players overpower and take the ball away. Michigan's having a tough time trying to get it out of their own end. Especially a whistle blows and they'll have a free hit into play. Nice ball down the field, but it goes out of bounds.
Looks like it'll be Northwestern ball. Looks like some subs going in and out for Northwestern. And it is actually Michigan ball. Passing it back to number 31. Some good defense by Northwestern right now.
Michigan's trying to just get set up. Looks like an offensive set. Nice ball inside. Oh my goodness, stolen by Northwestern.
And now Northwestern has control of the ball. Number 23, Natty Baxter, again, is going to be the one to try and send the ball down.
Less than 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Michigan still leading 1-0 against the number 6 ranked Northwestern Wildcats. So.
Northwestern now has control. Back to Michigan. It's been a pretty even game so far. No one seems to have gotten any real power shots.
Yeah, Michigan's been playing good defense, and ever since that goal on the penalty shot, Northwestern stepped it up on their end.
Oh, for sure. It's like Northwestern ball, passing it down. With some good defense by Michigan.
Seidel's got it. Passes it in. Oh.
Stick down.
I don't know if that hit her in the face, but it sure looked like it.
Did not look fun. Northwestern ball, passing it into the center. Good defense by Michigan. Michigan gains control. Trying to bring it down the pitch. It looks like it is number 23 passing it down. Passed it to number 14, Katie Anderson. Who now has control of the ball and is moving it down the pitch towards the goal.
Anderson kind of lost it there. It looked like he had the ball for 2 rounds, but Michigan regains control. Nice move there into the circle. Oh, shot on goal right off the goalie's shin pad.
Looks like it was Alana Richardson who had that shot on goal.
Ball downfield, not a bounds. We'll see what the referee's rule possession is. Looks like it'll be Michigan ball. They take it out from their own end.
Michigan has control, but great defense by Northwestern. Really struggling to get it done.
Anderson there with another turnover. Northwestern's got it upfield. Nice through ball there, but it's recovered by Bean. Michigan's got it coming back out of their own end. Bean sets up for a long pass here. Slaps it over to Abby Tamer. Tamer's got it. A couple of Northwestern defenders converging. Passes it off to Hope, and Tamer still got it again. Nice play. She's dribbling it off her stick.
Nice shot across the field, but it looks like Northwestern regains control.
That was a really nice possession there by Tamer. I don't know how she kept that ball.
Yeah, especially considering she was getting double teamed by two defenders.
Northwestern's got it now. They misplay that pass, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Looks like it'll be Michigan possession at about midfield.
Rosie Hope will take it out. Looking for someone to pass to. Hope lifts it to Alana Richardson. Richardson making a nice play, slips, passes it inside. Michigan, another shot on goal off the goalie. And the Northwestern defense hits it back out of bounds. It'll stay Michigan ball. Abby Tamer takes it out here. Tamer inside. Stolen there by Northwestern, and they kick it back out to Bent Baker. Sorry.
Yep, Northwestern has done a pretty good job of carrying the ball down the pitch after that turnover.
Dangerous situation there for Michigan, but the goalie stops it on a nice through ball by Northwestern. They'll call a whistle there. Northwestern will take it out.
Just under 40 seconds left in this quarter, so Michigan ball.
Wildcats is stolen by Michigan. Here's Tamer again. Abby Tamer getting attacked by the Northwestern defender.
Whistle is blown. Looks like it is Michigan ball.
Yeah, it looks like a Northwestern foul there. Here's Cope taking it out once again. Less than 15 seconds remaining here. Just trying to keep the ball before the quarter ends. Nothing bad will happen.
1 second left. And that ends the first quarter.
Michigan with a nice first quarter, leading 1-0.
What are your thoughts on Northwestern's defense?
They definitely stepped it up since the penalty shot from the short corner. Both teams have been really stout after that goal around the 8-minute mark. It was a nice shot there. Here we have Catherine Peterson scored it, number 27 for Michigan.
Yeah, so far I feel like it's been a fairly even game. I feel like neither team is really dominating so far.
Yeah, it's been a pretty entertaining game to watch.
Yeah, definitely cooling off a little weather-wise. The sun's starting to go down.
It's definitely
under the lights soon.
It's a beautiful night here. Clouds turning that certain color when the sun sets.
Yeah, and then you look across at all the fans. There's a decent amount of Northwestern fans here too. Definitely a lot of Michigan, but Northwestern also showed up to cheer on Michigan.
It's a really nice night here for the University of Michigan Athletics. You have the men's hockey game going on over at Yost Arena right now. It'll start at 7:30. And then later tonight at 9 o'clock at the Chrysler Center, you have Minnesota coming into town to face off against the Wolverines. That's sure to be a fun game. So along with this field hockey game, great night for Michigan Athletics.
Yep. Both teams returning to the field to get ready for the scoring to begin.
Michigan will have it at center field. Let's start the second quarter, less than 10 seconds now.
Looks like it is Sophia Southman starting again. I believe she was the one who started first quarter too.
Yeah, the Southland's their best player so far this year. She's got 14 goals. Here we go, second quarter underway. Southland's got it. Upfield, passes away. Michigan still got it to the right corner. Pass inside the circle, intercepted there by Northwestern. A couple Michigan players trying to stop their movement, but Northwestern keep possession. Wildcats pass it out. Still in their possession.
Let's see if Northwestern will be able to clear the ball.
Zimmer with a nice move to shake off the Michigan defense. And she makes her way all the way downfield to the Michigan side. Foul there called on Michigan. Zimmer with a nice pass inside. Foul called there on Northwestern for the Michigan possession inside their own end.
Looks like Michigan is passing the ball back and forth, trying to clear it up to the other side of the field. Ball goes out of bounds. Looks like it is Michigan ball.
And this is a low-scoring game so far. We're looking at some of Michigan's earlier games of the season. Some of them had 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 goals. It's only 1-0 already in the second quarter.
Ball goes out of bounds on the other side of the field. Michigan has control, trying to move it down to make another play and hopefully score.
With that, Northwestern isn't going to let it go easy, but another whistle called. And it's going to actually be on Michigan this time. The Northwestern is going to take it quickly down the pitch, going to center it, and that will be offsides, I believe.
I believe so too. Northwestern has control now. Passes it back.
Shot, almost a shot, but not quite a clean hit. Northwestern retains it, however. Wadas has it, trying to bring it towards the net, and Michigan gets in there and stops it. Gonna be a 3-on-1, and Northwestern wins this battle. Passing it back to Hisakai. And Michigan's able to break through. Number 26, Clark. Going towards the net, passes to Southam.
Some good defense by Northwestern. Looks like Northwestern regains control.
A whistle here to stop play. And with that, it's going to be another quarter. So Michigan leads 1-0 in the second quarter with 12 minutes and 16 seconds remaining.
Yep, you can see the Northwestern defenders getting their goggles and safety equipment on.
Yeah, that's one of the few sports where they have a change in equipment midway through the play.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah. Peterson's taking this. She has the only goal of the game today. Whistle is blown. Pass on in. Right towards the arc, and it's shot. And this one's going to go to the left side, not out of bounds, and Michigan hangs on to it. And this time, Northwestern's able to take it quickly. Trying to bring it down, but Michigan's hustling back. Beakers on the Wildcats is kind of cornered by midfield. Has no choice but to pass it back right by their own goal, and Northwestern is trying to move it around, but Michigan is very, very tightly defending them.
Looks like Michigan may gain control here. And yeah, Michigan has control of the ball.
Carr passes to Renaud. Back to Carr. And this one is passed, but it hits off Northwestern, and Michigan's going to hang on to it. Kind of a weak shot right towards the net. Loose ball. And Northwestern hangs on to it. That was a golden opportunity for Michigan.
So close. Goalie was a little stronger of a hit.
Yeah, it was. The goalie was caught out of position for the Wildcats. And Michigan still has possession. Michigan is doing a good job of passing it horizontally across the pitch, trying to find an open player to advance. And with that, we have a substitution on the Wildcats, number 5, Reagan Cornelius and Katie Jones both sub in.
Looks like Northwestern has control, but Michigan quickly takes back control.
Abby Tamer had that block, and she is unable to hang on. Northwestern gets it. But whistle called, so Michigan's going to take it back. Taking their time so players could get set. Pass to the left side to O'Neal. There's to bring it up the pitch. This one's up in the air. Barely stays in bound, but unclear who's going to take it. Northwestern hangs on to it. There's a scrum for that ball. It's loose. And Northwestern going straight to the net, but a beautiful stop by Michigan. Number 15, Rosie Hope, gets in there and scoops it up from the Wildcats, preventing a possible goal. 9 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. And Michigan keeps pounding on the door, but it's still only a 1-0 ball game.
Yeah, Northwestern has control, but Michigan is really covering them tightly, so we'll see who actually ends up with possession.
Absolutely. And Northwestern is now trying to take another shot. Katie Jones has it, who just subbed in. In a bit of a fight, let's see who's going to get it, and Michigan will take it. So it's 15 v 15, Jones v Hope, and Katie Hope for the Wolverines is going to get this one. Going to find anyone open. Ends up just taking it herself, and it goes out of bounds. Very tight, suffocating defense from the Wildcats. And with that, Wildcats are going to get to hit it in bounds.
Some tight defense by Michigan.
You know it. And Michigan's tight defense is shown right there, number 26, Lorna Clark, pardon me. Blocks it, but it goes out of bounds, so Northwestern hangs on. This one just barely stays in bound, but Michigan able to intercept it. Passes on back to Rosie Hope. Now back by the Michigan goal, that's dangerous, but works out well. Veen had it, hailing from the Netherlands here, and a whistle is called, and Michigan's going to get it back. 8 minutes, 4 seconds remaining. When it's thrown.
Northwestern regains control, passing it down.
Going for a shot on goal and intercepted by Michigan. Beautiful stop by Veen. Blocking it from right before it could cross into the net. And it's going to be Michigan's ball as they bring it on up the pitch. Past couple of minutes, it's been all on Michigan's side of the turf.
Yeah, Northwestern is definitely going to do a good job of stopping Michigan from being able to actually carry the ball down the pitch.
Yep. In Northwestern, they keep knocking, however. Katie Jones has it, and it goes whistle called, but no play continues, and this time it goes out of bounds. Northwestern's going to hang on to it. Pass was blocked by Michigan, and now they finally have a chance to break out of this defensive struggle they've been holding the past couple of minutes. Pass up the field to Peterson. Peterson had the first and only goal of the game so far. Falling to the ground is number 15, Katie Jones, for the Wildcats. And Michigan's going to hang on, however. So with that, the Wildcats all scamper back to defense. With 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this first half, Michigan has a small but strong 1-goal lead. Tried to pass it up, but unable to reel it in. Pass from Katie Anderson. Soars right out of bounds. Northwestern gets a break there, potentially to equalize this one. Passing back, and then almost looking up the pitch for Katie Jones, but it goes out of bounds off a block by Michigan. So a pass back up to the corner. Can she hang on? No, she cannot. It goes out of bounds. And Michigan will take that one. Lucky break there.
That was definitely a lucky break for Michigan.
Emmy Tran had it, coming in for her first couple minutes of the game. Passes it on back. And Northwestern is looking for a shot, but unable to reel it in. Whistle called. And Michigan's going to get this one. Michigan seems to excel with these whistles. They're good at using it to break up the play and slow down possessions. Another whistle once again. We're seeing plenty of those, but Michigan is fine with that. Emmy Tran from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the freshman, is going to get it in. Passing it on up is number 9, Nina Apola.
Michigan passes the ball back, trying to get it up the field.
And this has been a struggle right by midfield for the past couple minutes. 4 minutes, 30 seconds. And a very limited amount of shots on goal this game. The game's almost halfway over, and Michigan has 5 shots on goal, and Northwestern only has 3. So it is quite low scoring so far, and
Definitely.
limited offense as well.
Northwestern has control of the ball, hoping to make a shot. The ball goes out of bounds.
And we got another quarter, so Michigan goes to put on their helmets. So far, Northwestern has only had 2 quarters. This will be their 3rd. And Michigan, on the other hand, they have 3 of their own. So now both teams have 3, but it's a 1-0 game. Still anyone's chance to come out on top. But
Yeah, I would say both teams have had a hard time getting the ball up the field this quarter.
yeah, absolutely. And number 28 for the Wildcats is going to be hitting this in as soon as play resumes. Clara Roth. She is a grad student, and from Germany. So international representation on the pitch right now. Pass in, set, fake shot, and Michigan's able to break it up before the real shot comes.
Passes it up the field to number 14. Sends it flying down.
That was a shot, and Michigan almost had an opportunity to tap it on in. It's a little bit wide left. And number 5 for the Wolverines, Oliveros, is running up, but just a step or 2 behind it, unable to tap it on in.
Michigan still has control, but some tight defense by Northwestern.
Exactly. Michigan got a shot again. It goes wide left and intercepted by Northwestern. Trying to bring it up. Pass and intercepted by Michigan. Peterson has it now. Finds Anderson. Trying to distribute it up. And Michigan, with 3 minutes left, looking to add to their lead. It is 1-0 Wolverines.
Some tight passes by Michigan. Looks like an attempted shot that was blocked by a player's body.
And that was a shot right there from number 27, Peterson. Unable to find its way into the net. Goes out of bounds. But Michigan hangs on. Shallow inbound pass right by midfield, so Michigan's backing it up a little bit. Veen has it.
Looks like they're settling into a play.
Yeah, with 2 minutes, 25 seconds, starting to think about time considerations here, but still plenty of time to make stuff happen. Pass on to the left side of the pitch, trying to bring it up into the corner, and Northwestern is able to take control of it now. So with 2 minutes left, Northwestern has it in their own corner, but Michigan's fighting for it. And the ref said it went out of bounds. So Michigan's gonna get it back. Lucky break there for the Wolverines. Even the Michigan players didn't think they had possession off that one.
Yeah, everyone was a little surprised there.
The ref was insistent, blowing his whistle a couple of times. And another whistle, speaking of it.
Michigan regains possession.
Number 12, Clark has it. Passes on back to Bean. Brings it into the corner, looking for Oliveros. Trying to find it up. Richardson's getting first minutes of the game. Goes out of bounds. And this is going to be, who's going to start? Michigan's going to start with it now. Tamer has it. Trying to push in under a minute left remaining. Michigan up 1-0. Trying to make something or anything happen. But,
Now looks like Northwestern ball.
yeah, so they have 45 seconds. They want to potentially go into the locker room with a tie ball game. But they seem to be content having it on their own side of the pitch. 33 seconds left, and they finally pass it up. Beautiful pass, finding open space. Clear Roth. Foul call, whistle. And Roth is rushing on the course, on the pitch. Finds his way in the net, but a whistle is blown. So that will not count. Under 15 seconds remaining. Northwestern with his final shot, and blocked by Michigan's goalie and a striker.
Michigan's gonna go.
3, 2, 1, and I believe that'll be halftime. So what a half, a low-scoring game. Michigan leads 1-0 over the Wildcats. Stay tuned for the second half of Michigan hockey, field hockey, coming your way up next. Pretty good so far. Thank you so much.
Where'd you
for
go?
tuning in.
You go to the
No, I got a panic call. We're covering hockey in like 30 minutes. We had a
Yeah.
tech issue.
That's what I knew that was
And
happening. I thought you had to run over there. or something.
No, I just had a troubleshoot. Apologies about that.
No, it's fine. Neither of us really knew what the role we were doing was. We were kind of switching off play-by-play and color, but
Hello, welcome back to Ann Arbor, Michigan. This production at WCBN Sports of Michigan Field Hockey. You're tuning in with 2 minutes left to go in the halftime intermission as the Michigan Wolverines lead 1-0 over the Northwestern Wildcats. This matchup between these two top 10 ranked teams in the United States in NCAA play. Adam Bressler here with William Gregory. How's it going today?
Pretty good, pretty good. I was on for the first goal, and that was pretty exciting. It was a nice shot off the penalty from the short corner, and I'm surprised it's been the only goal today, but the defense for both teams has really, really stepped up so far since that point. Northwestern's only got one shot on goal. Michigan's got 4, but they've only been able to convert 1.
Yeah, exactly. And you're right. This is a very defensive-focused matchup. And I think that just speaks to the skill of both of these teams. Michigan has had some blowouts this season. They had a 6-1 win against Michigan State, and they're ranked 25. They had a 4-1 win in Albany. Big win. They had an 8-0 win in Central Michigan, who's unranked. 12-0 against Ball State. So Michigan certainly has that offensive capacity. Just when they're playing a really good defense, it's tough. Looking ahead after this game, they play Iowa, who's currently ranked number 1 in the country at 12-0. So that's big. And then they face off against, after Iowa, they go to Indiana, Bloomington, Rutgers, Maryland, and Penn State. So there's some tough opponents left. Penn State's ranked, this ranking has them as 3, and another one they were a little bit higher. But Rutgers, I'm reading these rankings, and it's all Big Ten teams. Michigan is really, I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate, but they're playing the best of the best.
Yeah, really exciting stretch coming up. I'm excited for that game in Iowa City. We'll see if Michigan really is the number 1 team in the country. They certainly look like it, but when 2 teams are undefeated, it's hard to tell.
Absolutely. It depends on strength of schedule. Michigan had one, but with that, we begin playing. Northwestern wastes no time bringing it up the pitch, and Michigan is able to break into it, take this one back. Those just tuning in, 1-0 Michigan. They're now heading, guess this would be east at Oker Field here in Ann Arbor. Really slowing it down this possession. Bringing it on back. Trying to wait for some good shots. I know it's only a 1-0 game, but Michigan certainly shouldn't be afraid to just slow down the pace of play and milk this one out. Seems to be working for them so far.
Yeah, they take a bit of time setting up their offensive set. And Northwestern usually disrupts it. Here comes Northwestern.
And just like that, Michigan's going to get it back. It goes out of bounds. So that was a very short possession by the Wildcats. Veen is going to hit that one in. Pardon me, Peterson, who hits it back to Veen. Pass it on up, back to Peterson.
Nice pass there if you trap it.
O'Neal has it now. Trying to find an open player. Very tight, suffocating defense. But Michigan's going to hang on due to the whistle. Going to be a low swing, I believe.
Yeah, Northwestern's definitely been converging on the ball really well.
Anderson tries to find a player in the corner. Keeping it in just barely. Emma Tamer finds it in the middle of the field. Bringing it towards the goal. Almost through the legs of a Northwestern player. That's going to be a Michigan ball. Michigan tries passing it inside to the arc, and able to hang on.
They have not been able to break that Northwestern defense inside the circle.
Absolutely, and that is why it has been such a low-scoring game so far, because both teams seem to be doing that. See Michigan on defense, Northwestern are on defense, but with that Michigan looking to potentially stop Northwestern here as they are pressing against the doorstep. And they're successful in that attempt. They are able to come out with the ball, trying to pass it up, though, unable to hang on, and Northwestern takes it right back. Maddie Zimmer with that interception for the Wildcats.
Zimmer's played a nice game so far. She's had a couple possessions where she goes right up midfield untouched. Continuing a great game for her so far without a goal.
Absolutely. One of these moments she keeps knocking, but it'll go in for one of them, you would imagine, unless Michigan's defense is able to keep up what they've started so far. Another whistle called. It's going to be... it doesn't seem like the players know what's happening, and finally Northwestern takes it. Powerful shot and beautiful stop by Michigan, number 6. Angel L, sorry, pardon me. Beautiful stop regardless, and Michigan might have just saved the goal right there too.
That was great defense. Really not afraid to sacrifice your body there for the shot. Michigan's got the ball back here. Let's see what they can do with it.
With that, almost 5 minutes down in the second half, and no goals and no shots on goal yet. It's been a very passive couple of minutes.
Yeah, I think you see Michigan being a little bit less aggressive than they were in the first half. Or maybe that's just great defense on Northwestern's part. Hopefully, we can see some more offensive prowess here in the second half.
Yeah, it seems like neither team is being super aggressive, however, and more focused on preventing the other from going ahead than shooting on their own. But Michigan's going to have another shot on offense with Katie Anderson taking it now. Finds Opula. Loose ball. And Northwestern scoops it up, but it's blocked by Michigan. Beautiful save. Talk about putting your body on the line.
Northwestern's got to watch out for Laura Clark. She's a dangerous scorer out in the middle of the field.
Yeah, Michigan has it in deep into Northwestern's territory. Trying to bring it up the side right now. And Northwestern is continuing, it's been the theme of the game, the suffocating defense.
They just cannot get it past the circle. Out of bounds there, though. They're not going to take it out of the corner. They'll take it out of Northwestern's end.
Exactly. And a little bit of a trick movement by Tamer. Hanging on, just barely falls to the ground, and it's going to be Northwestern's ball. Getting right back up, passing back to number 9, Daly, on the Wildcats. Slowing down, trying to get some formation or something.
Yeah, they've run that set a couple times where they pass it back, but it doesn't look like it's going well for them. Stolen again by Michigan.
Yeah, it's a high-risk, high-reward type of play, because sometimes what you need to break open this offense, or Michigan defense, rather, but it's also risky. You're passing it back to your own defense, or right by your goal, and Michigan's able to intercept it. And it gets right back to them, just like we saw now.
Now it's definitely time to put the pressure on with 8:48 left. It'll be another penalty stroke from, looks like the short corner here.
If I had to estimate, probably 80 or 90 fans in the grandstands. Seems to be mostly Michigan, a couple of Northwestern Wildcat parents. But on this beautiful Friday night, I cannot think of a better place to be.
Peterson already scored a goal here. Let's see if he can get an assist on the pass in on the penalty shot.
Pass in, set down, shot taken. A little bit to the left, but Michigan hangs on. Another shot going to be faked and pulled back by Michigan. Looked like a shot by O'Neal.
You'd love to see her be more aggressive there. The goalie was lying on the ground on the original shot. Really nice save by her. But Michigan pulls back the stick there. No second shot on goal. They still got the ball though.
Yeah, and it's brought back to midfield. So Michigan's trying a similar strategy as Tamer passes it up the sideline, intercepted by Northwestern. But bringing it back, it's, as we were saying with Northwestern, it's risky because it allows, just as we saw, if it's intercepted, it leads to a quick fast break.
Yeah, that's a dangerous possession here for the Wolverines. The Wildcats finally can work it into the circle. They've been unable to do it so far with much regularity.
And still only one shot on goal this quarter, this half, in fact. It remains 1-0 Michigan with 7 minutes, 30 seconds remaining, so already halfway through the half, halfway through the quarter, pardon me, and very little offense.
It's still been an entertaining game. It's fun to watch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's sometimes like defensive struggles are the best. You look at some of the greatest football games and basketball games. They're not shootouts or grinds on the ground.
It's really fun to watch these two top 10 teams play defense. I mean, it looks like that's the theme with a lot of the Michigan schedule. Those games against higher-ranked opponents are defensive struggles.
Yeah, and we are looking at the rankings, and Michigan is facing off against number 1 next week, playing off against Louisville on Sunday. Then they play Penn State to close out the season, Rutgers in 2 weeks, Northwestern right now in 6, and Maryland in a couple weeks. They're playing a lot of really good opponents to close out this season.
You have to be happy with their defensive performance here. If they can replicate this in any of the next couple games, I'm sure the outcomes will be good for the Wolverines.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's worked so far for them because Michigan has a good mix of good scorers but also good defenders.
Opportunity here for the Wildcats from the short corner on the penalty. We might get another shot on goal.
Yeah, with a quarter, so it's 4 quarters apiece already in this game.
The Wildcats only have 1 shot on goal.
They have 4 shots on goal for this game. Okay, I guess they only have 1. Okay, the scoreboard says they have 4 shots, but only 1 on goal. So, okay, that is more clear, but inbound by Northwestern, a little high, goes over the net, and Michigan with a lucky break there.
Yeah, pass over the, or a shot over the net. Definitely not what you want to see if you're a Wildcats fan. That was one of the more golden opportunities so far in this game for them, but it'll revert possession back to the Wolverines, and we'll see what they can do on offense.
And with that, Michigan unable to hang on, and Northwestern takes it back. Number 6 on the Wildcats, Hazley has it. But Michigan able to almost take it. You see a lot of these struggles at the margins here, right in the middle of the field. It's back and forth right across midfield.
Yeah, the freshman Lauren Hunter coming off the field right now. She's made a couple of nice defensive plays so far. Michigan steals it, though.
And it goes out of bounds, and Northwestern's going to take that one right by their own goal.
Yeah, that wasn't a very strong shot there on the Michigan turnover. I think we'd like to see that pass a little faster across the turf.
Absolutely. And with that, Michigan has it in their own corner. Pardon me, the Wildcats have it in Michigan's corner. It's going to be tried passed in, goes out of bounds, and Michigan gets a break there as number 31, Emma Tamer, takes it. Tries passing it up the sideline to no avail. Scooped up by Shannon Daly. Brings it back by the net. And Northwestern just trying to break through this Michigan offense. Michigan steals it, however, Northwestern takes it right back seeing a lot of that. We're seeing a steal and then a steal back.
Yeah, the passing in this game has not necessarily been very crisp. A lot of steals coming off long and short passes. Michigan's got a nice chance here, though. Abby Tamers had a good game along with her sister, Emma.
Yeah, Abby is a freshman, and Emma is a fifth-year senior. So I would imagine having the opportunity to play with your sibling is one of the considerations when she came back for her fifth year.
Yeah, that's always super cool. You see that in a lot of sports. Super fun to either be able to play for or play with or even against your sibling.
Yeah, I think it's more fun to play with, but maybe some rivalries are brewing with against. But with that, 3 minutes remaining, and Northwestern has it on a fast break, but Michigan gets back quickly on defense. The whole team brings it back. And now Michigan, 2:58 remaining, 1-0. Is it still only one shot on goal for the Wildcats?
Yeah, they still only have 4 shots. They have not counted that ball over the net as a shot. Just the 1 shot on goal to Michigan's 5. And obviously, if any listeners are familiar with ice hockey, that's not really a good distribution there for the Wildcats.
Yeah, speaking of ice hockey, tune into WCBN this evening, actually, in a couple minutes. The Michigan men's ice hockey team is facing off against, I believe, Lake Superior State University. So up north, coming down to Ann Arbor, this Michigan ice hockey team is something special.
Yeah, I mean, so much NHL talent coming back. Playing in a really special conference in the Big Ten. I think it's going to be a really exciting year.
Yeah, so we got field hockey now, ice hockey later, but back to the field hockey game. Northwestern is barking right on in front of Michigan's goal, trying to just bring anything in, but Michigan is playing tight defense.
Really good swarming defense. Oh, my goodness.
Down on the pitch, and that is going to be a whistle call given to Northwestern now. Going to be brought back. And it's in the quarter, and a whistle blown. See, Northwestern's going to take it. Trying to equalize this one. Only 1 shot on goal, as you mentioned earlier, with 4 shots in total. This one is brought towards the Michigan goal, but it's blocked, and Michigan gets a break there. Finally able to break up that possession with under a minute left to go in this third quarter. Only up by 1.
They just throw that one out of bounds there. Northwestern will have less than a minute to try and have something to show for this third quarter.
It seems neither team really has much to show for it. Only Michigan only had 1 shot on goal this quarter, and Northwestern hasn't even had any. So 30 seconds remaining. Michigan's hanging on to it, but Northwestern steals it in the circle, and Michigan's able to take it right back. Opportunity there, but nothing made of it for the Wildcats. Seems like keep away is going to be the name of the game now, but it's passed up, and Michigan has a fast break. Number 8, Salvum, goes towards the net, and unable to hang it on the ground. No whistle, and with 5 seconds left, that will likely bring us to the end of the quarter, as a golden opportunity by Salvum, broken up by some questionable play right in the circle there. But regardless, with 15 minutes left to play, Michigan leads 1-0.
Yeah, it's super surprising that probably the biggest breakaway that we've seen in this game came off of possession where Katie Anderson looked like she was just trying to play keep away with Northwestern defenders. Has a nice through ball there to the leading scorer on this Wolverines team, Sophia Southland. But, you know, it's really hard to beat 2-on-1 defense. So she stumbles, loses the ball. Northwestern avoids trouble, and it's still 1-0.
Yeah. And an advertisement, Sunday, October 10th at noon. It's $1 admittance to the Michigan field hockey game and $1 hot dogs, pardon me. We will be covering that, so those who do not have a dollar available, I know some college students are living on pennies and ramen, you could listen to free on YouTube from WCBN FM. Let me pull up, let's see who will be covering that one. But
definitely a good choice to tune in if you can't spend the money.
Good value, bang for your buck.
I don't know the going price of ramen these days, but if it's less than $1, it's a trade-off between hot dogs and ramen.
Yeah, hot dogs for $1 though, that's tough to turn down. And with that, 25 seconds left. Michigan, what do you think their strategy should be? Should they keep playing tight defense, or should they maybe make a play, offensive play to give themselves a lead?
Well, it's worked so far. The defensive struggle here has worked for Michigan. But Northwestern's had some opportunities they just haven't been able to convert. So if Michigan just keeps playing their game, taking it slow, not trying to rush anything, they still have the lead. They don't need to give it away anytime soon. I think that's the key to the game. Key to the game is just Michigan stay calm, fight off any Northwestern advances. They're a really good field hockey team. But we'll see how the fourth quarter plays out and if there's any coaching adjustments on either side to be a little bit more aggressive.
Absolutely. I could not have said it better myself. And with that, I did look up who will be covering for WCBN. We got Kendall Spencer, Nabil Baig, who is one of our funniest color commentators and most descriptive. He could paint a beautiful picture over the audio waves. But with that, the final quarter of play, 15 minutes on the clock. Northwestern looking to equalize or potentially go ahead. Michigan trying to hang on to get their 10th straight win and extend their best start of the season. And a lot on the line for both of these teams. You'd have to imagine if Michigan wins, they have a shot to be moved up to number 1. But Northwestern with the loss, they're tumbling down in the rankings.
Yeah, but Northwestern, their bad pass intercepted by the Michigan defender, bailed out there by a Wolverine foul. So Northwestern had it, but not really tight play there.
Yeah, they more got lucky than anything else. And Michigan is once again bringing it back. A dangerous move, almost stolen by Northwestern, but it works out this time. I think I might have spoken a bit soon. Northwestern hangs on to it, but whistle blown. And Michigan takes it back, trying to bring it up the pitch. It's at midfield now. Looking for an open player, brings it up to the near sideline. Shot up. Very tight player-on-player defense. And another whistle will give it right back to Michigan. Pass inside, and that's intercepted. Northwestern on the move. Number 8 for the Wildcats, Zimmer. Looking towards the net. Outrunning every player. A shot, and that is no good.
Yeah, another time where Zimmer is just doing it herself offensively and even defensively sometimes. She just completely outran the Michigan defender to the corner there. Too tough defense to be able to do that one-on-one, let alone one on the entire Michigan defense inside the circle. Understandable she couldn't convert that, but Wildcats have to help out number 8, Maddie Zimmer.
Absolutely. And Wildcats have another shot here. Bring it out to the tip of the circle. And a whistle blown right before it could go in the net. So lucky for Michigan. And that's going to be a corner, so it's not quite over yet. But they did stop an immediate goal right there.
Yeah, another opportunity here for Northwestern. We'll see if they can convert. They've had trouble here today on these corners. Have not been able to make anything out of them. Goalie Anna Speaker only has 1 save so far, but that's only for the 1 shot on goal.
Yeah, so 5 corners for the Wildcats compared to Michigan's 4, but only one shot on goal. So even if you get these opportunities, but you can't place it in. There it is, and it's set, and a shot, and this one is tipped in the corner and finds its way into the net. Looked like Michigan had a break there, but Northwestern able to push it on in. And it's going to be tied at 1 apiece with 12 minutes, 28 seconds remaining.
That was a very good save by Speaker originally, but the Northwestern player waiting on the left side of the goal for the rebound, shoots it in and scores pretty easily, with Speaker lying on the ground attempting to save the previous shot. So Northwestern converts that corner, and it's 1-1.
Yes, it is. And Michigan, in an instant, went from holding the lead to fighting to keep their perfect season alive.
That's the first pass I've seen since Michigan took the lead, so maybe you'll see them be a little bit more aggressive and try and storm down the field very quickly and take back this lead.
Absolutely. And with that, Michigan has a shot now. Another whistle called. They're going to hang on to it. This one is passed in, but broken up by Northwestern. Player on the turf. And it's going to be Northwestern's ball still. So the stat website says it's 2-0 now. I think Michigan fans would appreciate that, but that is incorrect.
Yeah, they're confusing Michigan player Sarah Pertek for Northwestern player. Probably the same number. Clara Roth also wears number 28 for the Wildcats. So we'll see if that gets corrected yet.
Yeah, Michigan continues to fight in the arc. And what do you know? They earn a well-earned, hard-fought corner. I'm used to watching soccer. I used to say like quarter kicks, but there's no kicking in field hockey. So regardless, just like soccer, corners are good opportunities to put the ball in the net. But we have Michigan player is dancing to the music and the fans are getting loud. Number 27, Catherine Peterson's going to hit it in. Has the goal already, looking for the assist. Pass outside, set, and a shot. And it's broken up by a defender. And Northwestern's going to get it back. Whistle blown.
Yeah, it was a nice shot there. Nice pass inside by Anderson, Peterson, who scored Michigan's first goal. But nice save there by Northwestern goalkeeper. So it is Clara Roth who scored the Northwestern goal. They've corrected it here. Number 28 for the Wildcats. Stoppage of play with 11:09 remaining in the fourth quarter. Looks like a timeout.
Timeout. Teams huddling up. Michigan needs to change a game plan. They got that goal early and were just hanging on for dear life pretty much after that. And they finally gave up one, surrendered a goal. But now it's tied. They need to, if they want to win this game, they need to put something up quick.
We'll see if they can set up shop here on the Wildcat end. They've been able to stay here since the Wildcats scored their goal. So hopefully they're drawing up something out of the timeout to be able to set up a play to shoot the score, take back that lead, and do what Michigan has done better this game so far, which is hold the ball with a lead.
Yeah, they were successful for close to half an hour at hanging on to that lead. Just finally surrendered it just a couple of minutes ago. And it looks like the stat website was updated. So you were right. It was number 28, Clara Roth. They just put it in on the wrong team in the scorebook. So it is, in fact, 1-1. Game is tied. It's not 2-0 Michigan. I'm sure Michigan fans are disappointed at that. And with this timeout ending, we're going to have, once again, another quarter for Michigan. And then who other than Peterson is going to take this one in? She's taken all the quarters tonight, and she has the only goal. But This is Michigan's 6th corner compared to Northwestern's 5th.
We'll see if we can hear something from Sophia Southam here, Michigan's leading scorer on the year.
Pass on out, set, another shot. This one blocked. Michigan gets it back. Gonna shoot it again, loose ball, and a whistle blown. And it's gonna be Northwestern's possession now. So.
Yeah, I think that's the 3rd straight corner where they've hit it into O'Neal. She has not been able to convert from the center of the circle. The shot's been blocked by Skubich every time.
Yeah.
I'm going to change that up on the next corner strike.
Absolutely. O'Neal was trying to go for it and kind of slid away for it. But Michigan gets back on defense and stops it. So finally gets to stop there. Brought it awfully close to the goal. Probably a little bit closer comfort. Shot blocked by Michigan as they bring it on up. A little bit of a fast break, but unable to hang on. Whistle blown. And Michigan's going to take it, but they're slowing down. Trying to reset their formation. Passes it towards the outside. Up the pitch into Northwestern territory. Goes out of bounds, but Michigan hangs on. They're really slowing this down. I'm a little bit surprised by that. I would think they're not playing from behind, but they're playing from tied game, and I would imagine a little bit more urgency, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
I guess it comes from the school of don't let your opponent dictate how you play. It's still a tie game. Don't need to rush it for Michigan. Golden opportunity.
Yeah, Michigan has it in the arc. Unable to bring it in. Northwestern stops in a whistle blown. And what does it seem to be?
Looks like another penalty shot.
Penalty, is this going to be a corner? 9 minutes, 18 seconds. Tied at 1 apiece. Looks like they gave out some Michigan maize-colored pom-poms to the fans of the crowd this Friday night. Really beautiful sunset. We got Chrysler on our left with the big house behind it. We got Yost right ahead of us, where they are probably preparing for tip-off in a moment against Lake Superior State University. Michigan football team is on the road this weekend. They're in Lincoln, Nebraska. Our very own Charlie Brigham and Amir Bektas are currently in the air on their way to the Cornhusker State. But should be good for Michigan athletics all around. And then they're playing Louisville, as I mentioned earlier, in field hockey again. So we have our plates full here at WCBN. We aren't covering this, but another game that I believe you're going to is a volleyball game tonight against Minnesota in Chrysler.
Yeah, I'm heading over there at 9 o'clock. It'll be my first volleyball game I've ever attended. A nice Big Ten matchup. Always like to see those type of games. I think it'll be exciting. Hope Michigan comes out with a victory.
Yes, I think a lot of Michigan fans are rooting for them tonight against Minnesota. This is their final game of the season in Chrysler. So traditionally, volleyball usually only plays 1 or 2 games in Chrysler. They played MSU earlier. They had a tournament against Duke in North Carolina in Chrysler. But usually it's early in the season, because you think about later in the season, what's Chrysler been used for? That's when men's and women's basketball and wrestling and gymnastics. So floor space is a premium in there.
I'm excited. I've never been to the Chrysler Center before.
This might be a hot take, and I don't want to offend any Michigan diehard fans, but in terms of college stadiums, it's just mediocre in my opinion. Yost and the Big House are so legendary. When you have an okay but not great stadium like Chrysler, just a little bit disappointed. It's no Dean Dome. Like, Dean Dome is phenomenal. It's no where does Syracuse play in that big dome? That's like an iconic college stadium.
Carrier Dome.
Carrier Dome, exactly. It's just not the same.
Yeah, and the weird thing is the Michigan basketball team has that type of pedigree and tradition for it to be legendary.
You see the KFC Yum Arena in Louisville. Speaking of which, Michigan will be playing there. The women's team, I think we're going to try and cover that. But that's like a legendary stadium. That practically could be an NBA stadium. But how nice and how big it is. You got, obviously, where the UCLA team plays. You got Kentucky and Kansas as our historic stadiums. But for Michigan, it's just not the same. It's unfortunate. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice facility, but it's just standard for college too. Would expect better from the leaders and best.
Really long.
Yeah.
Michigan huddles back to the sidelines, so we'll see when they resume play.
I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to Michigan Field Hockey tonight. This is WCBN's very first field hockey game of the season, but we have a lot planned for you. We got, I believe, every home game left this season we were planning on covering. We got a game on the 10th this Sunday against Louisville, got a game on October 22nd against Rutgers, and then October 24th against Maryland. So 3 home games. I believe you're doing the game on the 22nd, is that right?
Yeah, 4:30 against Rutgers. I'm pretty excited for it.
Should be a fun one. Rutgers, what are they in the nation? I believe they are 4th or 5th ranked.
Top 10.
5th ranked in the nation, and they're rising. So that could be a good game in 2 weeks when that happens.
So Michigan isn't coming out of the corner here. It looked like that's what it was before the stoppage, but Northwestern will have the ball.
Yeah, Northwestern was putting their masks on and their helmets. So,
fast break here.
Yeah, Northwestern potentially looking to take the first lead of the game. And it goes out of bounds to Michigan with a safe break.
Yeah, that was a pass that got away there from the Wildcat player. Could have been a pretty nice shot on goal.
Absolutely. And with that, Michigan trying to slow it down. Clock's still ticking. 8:50 remaining. And Northwestern's going to take it. It's tied at 1 apiece. And Michigan is able to stop it there right in the arc. It's a loose ball. And Michigan's going to take hold. So looking to bring it up onto Northwestern's, take it out of their own territory in the shadow of their goal, quite literally as the sun is setting. Game started at 6, now at 7:26. It's almost pitch black. And a whistle is blown, and Michigan's going to take hold of it again.
Yeah, that was a big takedown there by Lauren Wada of the Wildcats. But here they come on the fast break. Nice play there by the Wolverines to get it out.
And with that, it's back and forth between the Wolverines and Wildcats. Neither team is able to really step up and break away this game. I have a feeling next team to score will win this one. Just seems like one of those games.
Yeah, I don't even see how they're going to score to end regulation. The defense has been so tight.
Yeah. And a pass back towards midfield for Northwestern to number 23, Basaki. And Michigan with a steal. So now another fast break for the Wolverines. Trying to bring it on up. Just Northwestern able to get back first and take control of it. So guess all that served to do was take some more time off the clock. 7 minutes left to play.
Northwestern has seemed so much more aggressive here in the fourth quarter since they scored that goal. They've been passing the ball with some zip on it. Had a couple fast break opportunities, but Duke Michigan.
And a nice move by Michigan to go towards the net and unable to hold it there, but Michigan hangs on. Number 26, Laura Clark had it. Finally goes to the ground, and that's going to be a quarter. Northwestern number 23, Matty Basaki, does not like that call. And now grabbing some teammates to talk to the referee. We basically have all 5 of the back 5 of the Wildcats speaking with the ref, and he has his mind set. It's going to be a corner for Michigan. 6:32 remaining. Michigan has a shot. They're huddling up, strategizing who to pass to, potentially. I would be shocked if we don't see Catherine Peterson take this one. She's taken all of them all night.
It'll be interesting if she again goes to Holly O'Neill.
And what do you know? Peterson will not be taking this one. We got Southam is taking it, so mixing it up a little bit. I wonder if they're going to be looking to Peterson for this now that she is not having to pass him. She'll be able to take a shot potentially. But you know, passing to Peterson, a pass out to the outside and loose ball. And no shot even being able to be taken. That's a wasted opportunity.
That was still that same pass into O'Neill, and it just has not worked for them.
Yeah. It's that was the 7th quarter. Michigan unable to score on any of them. So with 6 minutes remaining, it is 1-1. And it's looking, with each passing second and each passing minute, more and more likely that no team's going to win in regulation.
So it looks like if overtime comes to pass, NCAA field hockey rules say that there will be 2 10-minute sudden victory periods to determine the winner if games are tied at the end of regulation. So we'll have some bonus field hockey if this tie game continues.
Absolutely. Always good to have bonus athletics, but I think for Michigan's sake, especially having to play against Louisville on Sunday, they don't want to wear themselves out too much tonight. But a win is a win.
This has definitely been an especially tough and grinding game so far. Everyone looks tired out there, and I don't blame them. They've been running, they've been stopping possessions, and it's been a really fun game to watch.
Michigan keeps trying to bring it up in the air, trying to make something happen. And that last one, it kind of worked out for them. They got it all the way towards the baseline. Has it in the arc with a chance to score. Shot, and it's blocked. Good ball movement by Michigan Sarah Pertek, but unable to put it in.
Another good possession inside the circle, just stopped by some stellar Wildcat defense.
Yeah. And no wonder Michigan and Northwestern are really, are both highly ranked. Look at these defenses. This isn't Ball State where Michigan put up 12. It's very tight and competitive.
That was a really nice stop there by Abby Tamer, sliding on her knees. But Northwestern retains possession. Oh my goodness, what a shot. Just wide of the net, but a good slap put on the ball there by the Wildcat player.
Goes out of bounds, and Michigan's going to take it. That could have very easily ended its way in the back of the net.
That was definitely a surprising shot. We haven't seen many hard shots like that close to the net so far tonight.
No, we have not. And a whistle blow. Michigan's got to hang on with a Wildcat on the turf.
Got a card coming.
And let's see if a card might be coming out. Is that a yellow card? I did not see the color.
Definitely tough to see, but it'll be funny on Northwestern even to choose the player that fell down. 131's release.
And with that, Michigan trying to get another shot, but unable to finish. We've seen that all afternoon, all evening, I guess now.
That would have been a nice through ball if Michigan had a player back there.
And with that, Michigan is going to go with the shot here with under 3 minutes remaining, trying to make something or anything happen. Whistle is called. And now Michigan trying to do something that goes out of bounds. Pass up for the Wolverines, but tight, suffocating defense from Northwestern.
2.5 minutes left. Taylor. Nice dribbling to get through the defender.
And goes out of bounds. So Northwestern takes it once again, and almost under 2 minutes left. We might have some sudden death overtime ahead of us.
This might be sudden death regulation right now, the way the game's been played. If any team scores a goal in the next 2 minutes, that might be it.
Yeah. And Michigan is able to get a stop there. So 153 as they bring it on up. You can tell the players are tiring, but not wanting to relent. Shot on goal by Northwestern, blocked out of bounds. 1:35 remaining. She's going to take the inbounds. It's going to be Northwestern. Substitution being made. Blast is coming in for the Wildcats.
Need some good defense here.
We sure do. And it seems like both teams are kind of content with slowing it down and playing for overtime. 1 minute left. Northwestern has it, maybe trying to take the last possession. Goes out of bounds, and Michigan will take this back.
Inside of a minute, we'll see what they can do, but
yeah, it's going to be probably one shot left.
I think they might be content on playing for overtime.
Yeah, 43 seconds remaining, and they're not even trying to touch it or do anything.
Nice pass there, intercepted by Northwestern. They might have a shot at ending this one here.
Yeah, they might. And they stopped it, and 23 seconds left. Going to come down to the well. Shot and blocked by Michigan. Shot again. Don't have it, but Wildcats take it. Another shot. Another block by the Wolverines. With 13 seconds left, a whistle is called. Clock is stopped, and Michigan is lucky to get out of that one alive.
That was the biggest defensive stand that we've seen so far tonight. A couple shots on goal there by the Wildcats. And now this might be an even bigger one with a corner shot with 12 seconds left in the game, tie game. Michigan's got to replicate that defensive effort they just showed inside the circle to be able to turn the Wildcats away and get to sudden death overtime.
Yes, and this is going to be a quarter for the Wildcats. So with 12.1 seconds remaining, the fractions of the seconds matter here. They have a chance to win this and go home. Clock is ticking, passes it in, set, shot, and blocked by the Wolverines. 5, 3, 2, shot up over the end of the goal. No good. And at the end of regulation, despite the best efforts of the Wildcats, this one will be going to overtime.
Yeah, another shot there by Northwestern that just goes right over the net. She had a clean shot to be able to get that one in the net and win this game for Northwestern at the buzzer, but just unlucky lifting that ball off the turf.
You're absolutely right. So we got under a 5-minute brief intermission, and then we'll get going for this sudden death overtime. So our listeners are getting some free hockey, free field hockey this afternoon. Thank you for spending your Friday evening with us on WCBN Sports. The volleyball game that starts at 9, so unless this goes to like 5 overtimes, we should be able to make it there with plenty of time to spare. I've seen stranger things happen, though.
Yeah, the way this game's being played, I wouldn't be surprised about 5 overtimes.
Yeah, this is what you get from Big Ten field hockey, just tight defenses, playing it close. You don't see any big blowouts like you see in some other conferences. Some fans are kind of strolling on out. Guess they only prepared to stay here for 4 quarters. Didn't have time for the 5th one, but looking ahead to after the season, we got the Big Ten tournament in Piscataway. I don't believe we'll be covering that one. I don't feel like going to New Jersey, quite far away for a tournament, but maybe if we get enough listener requests. Then after that, we got NCAA tournament in mid-November, and then the week of Thanksgiving, we got the Final Four being hosted right here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So we could absolutely cover that if Michigan is playing. Very fortunate that the Final Four is being hosted in our very own Oker Field. It's such a beautiful facility.
Yeah, that's super cool, and I bet there's a pretty good chance the Wolverines end up on that stage at the end of the year. This is an amazing facility here in Ann Arbor, part of an amazing athletic complex and campus. No surprise that it's been chosen to host the Final Four this year.
Yes, absolutely. And so if Michigan is able to hang on and win, it'll put them at 10-0, their best record to date to start up a season. If they're unable to hang on or tie even, they will end that streak of 9 straight wins.
Yeah, if the Wolverines do hold on, it'll mirror the current Big Ten football standings with an undefeated Iowa standing at the top of the Big Ten West and an undefeated Michigan tied for first in the Big Ten East. Really exciting matchup coming in Iowa City if both teams remain undefeated. Tough task maybe for Michigan. Northwestern being number 6, going to overtime, tied at 1. Number 3, Louisville, and then you got number 1, Iowa.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking back to last year's tournament. It was hosted in Chapel Hill, and UNC played Michigan in the finals, and that went to overtime. Michigan unable to win that one. But this year, now that Michigan's hosting it, maybe they'll be able to win that one. A couple of fans trickled on out after the interregulation, but a good portion of the crowd is remaining here.
It's been pretty loud. Good turnout here for a field hockey game. Obviously, the beautiful night has something to do with it.
Yeah. It looked like yesterday it would be terrible weather, so we got really fortunate with this one. And with that, the teams are taking the field. 43 seconds left. You pulled up the rules, right? So for overtime, it's golden goal. Is that correct?
Yes, and then I just looked up to clarify. It's up to 2 overtime periods, and it looks like games end in a tie after 2 scoreless 10-minute sudden death overtime periods. So obviously we've seen 2 goals in this one in 60 minutes. So likelihood we see 1 in 20 minutes, remains to be seen. Michigan's taking the field. Catherine Peterson dancing again, just like we saw in those couple corners. Here we go. Start of the first overtime period. 10-minute sudden death. 1-1. See who pulls through.
And with that, Northwestern begins with it. Taking it back, so still the same very conservative play style we've seen from them all game. I wonder how the golden goal changes that dynamic. Because on one hand, if you're able to put one through, it's over. But on the other hand, if you just play tight defense, or if you don't play tight defense and you give one up, it's over as well. So,
both teams so far have scored quickly out of a break. Northwestern scored very shortly into the fourth quarter. And Michigan's first goal coming 7 minutes into the game. Obviously, both teams have showcased that they're able to score quickly. We'll see if either can capitalize on that.
Absolutely, and Michigan is going to take it for the first time of this overtime period. Once again, being very conservative themselves with it. not really pushing, so 10 minutes were on the clock, so I believe 2 10-minute periods, is that correct?
Yes.
So up to 20 minutes of extra game time, but it could be over in an instant, just one swing of the club, swing of the stick, and it could end. But a whistle called, and Northwestern's going to take the end of this one.
Yeah, we can see the Northwestern team up going back up in the parking lot. Driver probably expected the game to be close to over by now.
Yeah, probably pretty happy if he's paid by the hour, but with that, it goes out of bounds, and Michigan's going to start with the ball. And the fans are getting loud here as well. I'm sure you guys could hear it over the radio.
I saw a couple people coming back in. Maybe they just stopped to get some food at the concession stand.
Yeah, concession stand actually just closed, so if they wanted anything, it would have been now. But speaking of concessions, on Sunday they got the $1 hot dogs, so want a cheap meal, come for some hot dogs and stay for the field hockey. Michigan has it right at midfield, trying to break through. Finds a gap in it. Passes back to the outside to number 14 on the Wolverines, Anderson. Right at midfield finds Veen. Veen has been a very controlling player this game, really taking hold of the ball right in the transition plays. Passes up into the arc. Michigan trying to aim and shoot, but unable to take a hold of it. And another opportunity squandered by the Wolverines.
Veen gets crossed up there.
Fast break and a shot blocked by Michigan, and that saves the game right there. Beautiful shot by Northwestern number 8, Matty Zimmer.
Amazing save by Speaker to keep the Wolverines' chances alive. That looked for sure, if the ball was hit a little bit farther to either side, that looked like he was going in. Another shot here for the Wildcats.
Absolutely, and the Wildcats have been all dominant in this overtime period.
I'd say in the second half.
Second half, absolutely, and Michigan's going to be going to the locker room pretty soon unless they have an answer.
Obviously, we talked a lot about Northwestern only having one shot on goal in the first half. They've upped that to 9, beating the Wolverines 7.
So one team made adjustments, and Wolverines unable to put anything in since the first quarter. They've had the opportunities. They've had 7 quarters this game, but now they're being outplayed and shot 17-8. They were leading at halftime in that by a pretty sizable margin. Northwestern just made the needed adjustments.
Yeah, I think you've seen that on a lot of the corner shots. It's been the same play that hasn't been working for the Wolverines, and they haven't been able to get shots on goal off of those opportunities. But Northwestern has been much more aggressive, and it's paying off here in overtime, putting the pressure on the Wolverines' defensive end.
Absolutely, and one slip play and the game's over, so the stakes are very high. The perfect season ends as well. Northwestern has it. Marshall going towards the net and stopped by the Wolverines. They're going to take a hold of it.
That was a really nice stop there by Dean, being able to take a knee, put her stick on the ground, and stop that opportunity there by the Wildcats. We'll see if they can get it out of their own end for the first time really in this overtime period.
Yes, absolutely. And Michigan has been pretty much all defense this second half, but especially the overtime too.
Yeah, you have to think they're spending a lot of energy on the defensive end in the second half. Maybe Northwestern is a little bit more juiced up, not having to pin their ears back and grit their teeth and defend really hard.
Yeah. And Michigan still has it and is finally distributing it pretty well. Looking for a spot. And they hang on to it, but barely have to pass it back. We've seen that all day with Veen taking that role right by midfield. Goes out of bounds. Michigan hangs on to it.
And Michigan really has had trouble getting it into the Northwestern end inside 4 minutes in the first overtime period. You have to think time running down. Obviously, an unbeaten season is better than one with a loss, but I think Michigan wants to keep that untied unbeaten streak going too.
Yeah. At some point, you just got to settle for the tie, but there's still plenty of game left, too. Because there's 3 minutes in this first one and then 10 in the second OT. So I feel like if they don't play aggressive, it's just going to give Northwesterners all the momentum, the opportunity to win outright.
Yeah, I think you got to start pushing if you're the Wolverines.
Michigan is in their own territory, just trying to hang on to it. Going to maintain control.
They just have looked to be overpowered on the defensive end. Really have not been able to garner many chances at even getting a shot, let alone on goal, on the Northwestern defense.
Yeah, they've done a decent job maintaining possession, but they just can't press it up beyond, like, the circle.
That circle's been pretty tough ever since the first quarter to get back into.
Yeah. And with that, 2:35 remaining, Northwestern hangs on to this one as it's a tie game and the next goal wins. The stakes could not be higher here in Ann Arbor on this Friday evening.
Northwestern's got a chance here, but taken away. Nice play by Nina Akula.
And another steal by Northwestern, but a whistle called. Michigan's going to take it. Kula passes back to Southam. Southam almost breaks through and hits the turf. Stolen. It's going to be a fast break for the Wildcats. Pass on the outside. One-on-one. Could be a goal. And Michigan's able to break it up and save. Beautiful footwork by Bean.
Bean's been great on the defensive end. You have to think Northwestern has been game planning to shut down Southam this whole game. She's been very quiet at the
and now that'll be a quarter, I believe. Yeah, Michigan's going to get their masks. And this could be it.
Need another stand here by Speaker. She had a nice one at the end of the game, but just too many shots on goal. She's had a lot of situations like this so far to end this game.
For those just tuning in, Northwestern has a quarter with 1:38 remaining in the first overtime. Tied at 1 apiece. It's golden goal. Next one wins.
Here we go. Here's the game. Northwestern coming out with a formation we haven't seen yet so far.
Yeah, what we've seen a lot of is a pass into Blas, who sets it down for another player to shoot. Curious to see if we see some of that now. Whistle blown. Taking time. The clock is started. Pass in. Set down by Blas. Shot! And that one is blocked. And Michigan gets another break there. So it comes on out. Throwing their mask off and out of bounds. And Michigan gets out unscathed once again.
Almost a minute left. You just got to get the ball out of your own end if you're the Wolverines.
Yeah, just booted almost, and that's exactly what number 15, Rosie Hope, has done. 1:02 remaining. Northwestern took it back and is trying to shoot, maybe end it without going to the second overtime. We got substitution for the Wolverines. Peterson's coming on in for the final minute of this OT. And it goes out of bounds, and Michigan's going to take it. Pardon me, Northwestern will take it.
So Northwestern with the ball, they probably got a couple more shots in them before we head to a second overtime. Unless Michigan can make a play like that where they get the ball out.
Michigan passes up. Beautiful play. Unable to start, though, and a whistle is called.
Yeah, if Michigan holds on to that ball, you have to think they put something on the goal. Kerchak needed to make that play, but here comes Peterson.
9 seconds left. Michigan trying to do something, and a whistle blown. 3, 2, 1, and that'll take us to the end of this first overtime. It's one apiece still. We got another 10 minutes potentially of play.
Yeah, so you see the Wolverines finally got aggressive when time was really not on their side. You'd have to think you'd want them to be a little bit more aggressive sooner in this second overtime period rather than later like they just showed. Opportunities are going to dwindle down, and obviously you don't want to lose this game, but a tie is not exactly palace.
Yeah, you play to win. You play to win. With that, so 1 minute remaining in this intermission. Michigan is looking to take this one home. Both teams have fought very hard. So regardless of who comes out on top, one team's going to go home sad unless it's a tie, then both teams go home sad.
Definitely.
Certainly been two very well-matched programs here tonight in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Teams huddling up. We got number 22 for the Wolverines. O'Neal is taking lead at the huddle. The fifth-year senior out of Pennsylvania is captain on the team. Certainly seeing some of that leadership now.
Let's see what Michigan can draw up out of this intermission. Both teams look very tired, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, when you're playing for 60 minutes of regulation and another 10 minutes of OT and now potentially an additional 10 minutes, this is almost a length of a soccer game at this point.
Crowd stomping their feet in the grandstands to some cream.
And we're going to have a switch sides, too, so now Michigan is defending the west into this field and shooting on the east. And Michigan will take the first, will take the tip-off right now. Number 4 on the Wolverines, Abby Tammer begins with it. Passes out back to Veen. We've seen Veen be a game manager from the back line, looking for an open teammate. Tries to thread it through, unable to do so. Northwestern takes it in.
I don't think we've talked about it yet in this overtime period, but in NCAA, once the games go to overtime, you see teams of 7 rather than teams of 11. So that might be the reason why we're seeing a little bit more aggressiveness out of both teams.
Absolutely. That's a big difference, too. It really opens up the field. While we've seen a lot more ball movement, too, up and down. It's easier to find some space when you're only facing 7 defenders.
We'll see what Bean can do here. Off the stick of Tamer back to Northwestern. A lot of sloppy passing with so much freedom on the field.
Michigan goes in and scoops it out. Pass up by Northwestern, unable to control it. But they finally do maintain it right before it goes out. And another whistle. And could that be a corner? I believe so. With that, 8 minutes, 46 seconds left. Northwestern looking to win this here with their 9th quarter of the game.
Yeah, obviously Northwestern outplayed Michigan in the second half, but the one thing Michigan's been able to do is defend these corners. Northwestern had the goal off one in the second half, but a lot of the opportunities have been squandered by the Wildcats, as have the Wolverines. That's been the common theme this game. Squandered opportunities and shots on goal.
Exactly. So it's 1 apiece for those just tuning in. In the second overtime, next goal wins. Here's the tip-in, set down, and a shot. Not too hard, goes out of bounds. Looks like they were trying to trick play or something.
That was the last play we saw that they scored their goal on. Just a bad pass inside. Missed Clara Roth, who scored the goal originally. Looked like they, tried to dial something up that worked previously, but big break there for the Wolverines that it wasn't a pinpoint pass.
Yeah, absolutely. They could have been heading to the benches right now if it had been. With that, Michigan takes a chance. 8 minutes remaining in the game, regardless of what happens, potentially less.
Here's Southland. She's pretty exciting to watch. Passes it off, though.
Michigan has a shot potential, and it's broken up. Oh, wow. Michigan had a chance. Unable to do it. Number 27, Peterson, had open, and just at the last second, a Wildcat came in. Now there's some disagreement between the two teams, both trying to make their case to the judge and jury in yellow. Ultimately declares, I don't even know what's declared. It looks like they're going to discuss it. So 7:53 seconds. Both teams are huddling up. Second overtime, tied at 1 apiece. And we'll have to see what could be going on right now.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think the officials might be going under the hood. I believe they have some sort of instant replay system under the tunnel.
Yeah, potentially to take a look. Oh, wow, a lot of lightning in the distance. Yeah. Right over the big house, pretty majestic. Hopefully this game could get underway before we get caught in that thunderstorm.
Definitely, if you don't see these overtimes happening, the game would have been over before this storm that has been looming over us all day showed up. But
very ominous with the lightning in the distance right behind the Chrysler Center.
We'll see if they can get through it. Looking at the weather.
Oh, wow. Nina Ryan's, our very own in-house meteorologist, is showing that it'll start raining now. Uh-oh. And it's going to thunder for the next 3 hours. So you guys should be glad you're listening from home and not having to walk home with a soundboard. But thank you once again for tuning in tonight as well. And look at this. Michigan is already up 3-0 in ice hockey. The game just started a couple minutes back. They're wasting no time. This is truly a special team.
Yeah, I mean, Lake Superior State up in the UP Sault Ste. Marie, you'd expect a team like that to play really good hockey. And I mean, historically, they've been a good program. 3-0 in the first period. It's pretty exciting to see if you're a Wolverine fan. Exciting to expect for the rest of the year. We haven't announced it.
And Michigan fans are on their feet with that one. It looks like it will be a quarter. So 7:53 remaining. Michigan could end it now and send us home before the rain kicks in.
Obviously, you have to consider that one. Unsure if they'll call it a tie if the rain stops play or if they postpone the game. But the Wolverines have a chance to eliminate all doubt of that happening here with this corner stroke. Catherine Peterson will take it out. A change up from the previous Southland corner. Obviously, the results have not been good for Wolverines with these corners so far in the second half, but we'll see with this one.
And with that, tipped in, pass, shot, and good! Michigan scores, and that'll end it. The unbeaten season remains as Michigan wins in overtime with a 2-1 final score. Beautiful play, a pass inbounds, pass to the other side of the arc, set down and shot, and it hit the back of the goal. And you've got to be deflated for Northwestern right now.
Yeah, they've played so hard in this second half, but like we've been saying all game, that corner shot set for Michigan has been causing them problems, but they remedy it. Catherine Peterson scores second goal of the game.
Yeah. So now Michigan will go into this weekend 10-0. That was Veen with the goal ultimately. It was set up by Anderson and a shot in by Peterson. So Peterson took the corner, passed it to Anderson, who set it down for Veen to shoot it right into the back of the net. And that is Veen's very first goal of the season. Could not have come at a better time. But Michigan will be coming home quick before this rain sets in. From WCBN Sports, thanks for spending your Friday evening with us. From Adam Bressler and William Gregory and Nina Rons, thanks for tuning in. If you want more hockey content from the Wolverines, go to WCBN2 on YouTube, and we will be covering ice hockey. It is currently 3-0, and I have a feeling there'll be 20 more goals in that game than there was in this one. Also, tune into Michigan football tomorrow at 7:30. WCBN's 2 football correspondents are in Lincoln right now. And then finally, to close out this jam-packed weekend, we got a field hockey match against Louisville. And that will be on Sunday, $1 hot dogs. If you aren't able to come out, come tune in. But from all of us at WCBN, have a good night and go blue.